Copper Queen Hotel is the centerpiece of historic downtown Bisbee.
After more than a century, it remains a vital business in the former mining town. Now there are efforts underway to make sure it remains historically accurate and absolutely Arizona. It's the longest continuously operating hotel in Arizona. Opened in February of 1902, the historic Copper Queen Hotel has been in business now for 117 years. So we're coming in the doors that have no locks, never have, never will.
Nope.
And that allows you to stay open 24/7.
Yeah. We're the only hotel in Bisbee that's open 24 hours.
Assistant manager Matthew Fink knows the hotel and its history well, a history that began in the late 1890s when the Copper Queen Consolidated Mining Company decided to build a hotel in Bisbee near its mine.
It was solely for bringing in investors and dignitaries and to wine and dine them.
From all over the world.
All over the world, yep.
The hotel was very grand, and the current owners are working towards restoring it to its original look. The dining room has recently undergone renovations. The plan is to return the front desk back to its original look, but there are no plans to do away with the room keys.
I've had guests come in here and say, it's been 30 years since I've had a key. I was like, yeah, we're never going to change that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we're going to make sure that nobody ever changes.
There are plans to restore the saloon as well, the saloon where actors John Wayne and Lee Marvin once had a disagreement. Where did John Wayne throw Lee Marvin through?
I believe it was through this window.
This window?
Yeah.
So, and this was after a spirited card game? Is that the story?
Lee Marvin upset him.
Okay.
And he's like, go ahead.
So he just threw him right through the window.
Yeah.
John Wayne was a regular guest at the Copper Queen. His favorite room was up the main staircase on the second floor. Matthew's grandmother used to clean in the hotel, and John Wayne insisted she be the one to clean his room. People do request his room quite often. Yeah.
Yeah, they say, I want the John Wayne. If you don't have John Wayne, I'm not going to come down here.
Right next door is the new Harry Houdini room. Yes, the world-famous escape artist was at the Copper Queen, and his family requested a room be named after him.
We're going to go ahead and look in here. It's actually a pretty cool room. This is one of my favorites, next to John's.
It's the very well-appointed Teddy Roosevelt room. Before he became the 26th president, Roosevelt was in Bisbee visiting fellow Rough Rider Bucky O'Neill. Okay, Matthew, so we go from the tranquil second floor to a little bit more spirited third floor, should we say?
Exactly. Yeah, that sounds good.
The Copper Queen is also famous for the guests who checked in but never checked out. It's said there are 16 spirits haunting the hotel, like Julia Lowell, a lady of the night who took her own life after being rejected by her true love. Guests report smelling sweet perfume, men have had their feet tickled as they slept in room 315, and reports of the words, "I can see you," in the steamy bathroom mirror.
When I've worked night audit, I've had 3 guests run out.
Just run out. Say, not staying here anymore.
Not staying here no more.
On the 4th floor, you'll find another haunted room.
This is Billy. He was a little boy between the age of 7 and 9, and he spent a lot of time here in the hotel. It was either with one of his parents. They either worked in maintenance or housekeeping, and he spent a lot of time in room 412.
Tragically, Billy drowned in the San Pedro River, but he returned to the hotel looking for his parents. He's a mischievous ghost, known to hide guests' shoes and leave candy wrappers in the room. Guests also report hearing a child crying when they turn on the water. Over the last 50 years, guests have filled nearly a dozen ghost books with their own stories of unexplained events. Ghosts aside, the history here is just amazing. I really appreciate the tour, Matthew.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. You're absolutely Arizona the Copper Queen. Thank you. Thank you. So you want to stay?
No. Well, okay, just on the first and second or whatever.
Yeah, the second floor is okay. Third floor, not so much.
No.
We got a special treat now. Matthew Fink, who I interviewed, and I mentioned his grandmother for 30 years worked at the Copper Queen. There she is, now in her 90s, retired. And Matthew, you were able to watch it with your grandmother. What did she think?
She really enjoyed this. Enjoyed the interview.
Okay. Say hi.
Say hi.
Wait, sit up.
Say hi.
Sit up.
That's grandmother Billy there, right, Matthew? That's Billy.
Hi.
That's my grandmother.
That's just great. Well, I hope she enjoyed it. We enjoyed her hotel for sure.
Yeah, it was really fun doing the with you guys.
All right. Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Billy. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. That's a nice little treat, right?
And these stories need to be told, you know, for the
It's a great story.
generations, and you
Yes.
pass it along.
And they're
all that.
trying to keep that hotel and maybe turn it even back into what it was in 1902,
Wow.
as it maybe over the years kind of drifted away from that look,
Yeah.
and they're going to put it back.
All right, let's hope so.
Yeah.